Good morning, everyone. I want us to continue from what we have learned so far in previous time. In previous time we were able to learn how to use the signs, the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now I want us to be introduced to variables. Now before I move into that, there are some terms I want us to understand in simple equation, which are the values and variables. Now what do you mean by values? Values is just a number. Just know that it is a digit. It can be fraction, it can be whole number, it can be decimal number, but values are just number. When I'm talking about a variable means an unknown number, but it can also be called letter. It is being represented by, it's not even called letter, it is being represented by letter. We don't know the number, that's why we are representing it by a letter. So it is not called letter, it is called an unknown number, but it is being represented by a letter. Now I want us to introduce variables with these signs that we have learned so far. Now we have from A to Z. You can use any letter from A to Z, but the only letter you can't use is what? The letter O, because it is confusing. Your letter O is like 0. Okay, let's say you want to write 3O now. Let's say you have 3A. You want to write 3O. It looks like 30, so it is confusing. So that is why you can't use O. But apart from letter O, you can use any letter from A to Z. Now, let's start. An example, you have 4x minus 3x. Now look at this very well. There are some things you must know in this work we are doing. First of all, just make sure that you cannot subtract or add different variables together. It is not possible. You cannot subtract or add different variables. What do I mean by that? If you have x plus y, you can't add them together. The answer will still be x plus y. If you have x minus y, you cannot subtract them together. Your answer will still be x minus y. But you can only multiply them together, because that is the sign that is between numbers that are together or letters. If you have, for example, now you have x times y, it will give you xy. Because it is the multiplication sign that bring them together. X times y will give you what? Xy. But in terms of addition and subtraction, you cannot add them or subtract them together. That will still be your answer. Now you have what? 4x minus 3x. Let's just use our normal way, what you have learned so far in previous time. Now this, remember, it has what? An invisible plus. Now this plus 4x is telling you, not know that plus means something that is with you. Now this plus 4x is telling you that you have 4x. You understand? Just take it that way. It has 4x. Why this minus 3x means what? You are owing someone 3x. Now since you have 4x, you are owing someone 3x. Are you still owing, or you still have with you? You know you can't repay the person what you are owing. You have 4x, you are owing someone 3x. So you can't give the person that you are owing 3x. Do you still have x with you, or you are still owing? You still have 1x with you. So the answer will be what? Equals to what? Plus, because you have with you 1x. But let me tell you something. It's not necessary for you to write 1. It's just, for example, now say 100. Why can't we call it 100? But we do call it 100. So it's not necessary for you to write 1. You can just write what? Plus x. If you want your plus to be invisible, no problem. If you want your plus to be visible, no problem. It can be plus x or minus or x. Sorry, plus x or x. Now you can have a question like this. Let's say you have minus 9y minus 7y. Now look at this. First thing you should look at is if the letter or the variables are the same. This 9 has y, 7 also has what? It has y. Now minus y. Minus means you are owing. Just know that, have that in your mind. Minus means you are owing. Now you have minus 9y. It means you are owing 9y. Oúnjẹ gbèsè. Now it means you are owing what? 9y. And you also have what? Minus 7y. It means you are also owing 7y. Now do you still have with you? You don't even have anything. You are owing. So minus 9y minus 7y, you are owing 9y, you are also owing 7y. So altogether you are owing 16y. So it's not what? Minus 16y. Very simple. You are owing what? 16y. Just, it is very, very simple. I don't even, if there is another word I can use to replace that simple. Very, very simple. Easy. Just understand this. Now if you have a question like this, ten y minus, okay, let me use another variable, 10b minus 3b. You have your 10b, you have minus 3b. 10b, there is what? An invisible plus here. And you have what? Minus 3b. You have 10b with you. You are owing someone, you are owing someone 3b. It is very easy for you to repay the person back, no problem. Now since you have 10b with you, just remove 3 and go and give the person that you are owing. Don't be wicked. You get what I'm saying? Now since you are owing someone 3b and you now go and pay that person that you are owing 3b, how much are you still owing the person, or you still have money with you? You still have with you, and which is what? 7. You still have 7. Like I told you, it's not necessary for me to put my plus there because it's invisible. I don't want to put your plus, no problem. I keep saying this. Now the answer is what? 7b. You still have 7b with you. So no matter how, any letter, you can use any letter for it. But what you can't use is what? O. So if any question comes, just use the normal way to solve it. Use your normal way to solve it. You are owing, you have with you. Alright, am I still owing? Do I still have with me? Then just write your answer. It's just as if you are dealing with business. That is how this minus and plus look like. This is your y, your x, your b, your z, your w that you are seeing here. There is nothing. It is nothing. What you just need for you, just for you to know how to solve it. That's just it. So please and please. Okay, now let's bring out more numbers. You have 2a minus 3a plus 5a. Now look at it. I told you the first thing that you should be looking at is the letter, the variable, if they are the same. Now this has a, it has a, it has a. You are free to go. Now 2a, it has invisible plus rather. Now it means what? You have 2a with you. Now you have minus 3a. You are owing someone minus 3a. You are owing someone 3a. You have plus 5a. You still have 5a with you. You understand? Now look at this 2a you have with you and this 5a you have with you. So in total what you have with you is what? Is 7a's. But you are owing someone what? 3a. So what you just have to do, just go and pay the person that you are owing. Now since you have what? You have 7a and you are owing someone 3a. Then are you still owing, or you still have with you? You still have money with you, or you still have more a with you. So what you have with you is what? Is 4a. Very simple. Very, very simple. There are some questions that can come like this. Now, you should have something like this. 3n plus 2n. The first thing you should look at is if the letters are the same. Now, this is n and this is n. They are not the same. The answer is your question. That's just it. So to not be what? 3n plus 2n. No stress, no problem, no issue. That's your answer. So if you are just okay, they give you question 3n plus 2n, now that I say that the answer will give you 5mn, you are deceiving yourself. No, you know what I'm saying? No. So this is your answer. Your answer is your question, because you are dealing with what? Different variables. You are dealing with different unknown numbers. So the answer will still be what? 3m plus 2n. It might not come in what? Addition. It can come to subtraction. If you have p minus 3q, you have p minus 3q. Now this is p. It is different from q. This is p, this is 3q. So the answer will still be what? P minus 3q. And there's one thing I want us to know about is your coefficient. Now what do you mean by coefficient? Coefficient means the number at the front of any variables. The number at the front of an unknown number. Now look at it. Let's say you have what? You have 4r. The number at the front of variable, you have 4r. This is your r here. This is what variable. So what's the number at the front of the variable or before the variable? It is what? It is 4. So it means your 4 is the coefficient. That's it. Your 4 is the coefficient. Okay, let's say for example now you have s, and they ask what is the coefficient of x. If you remember, I told you something that was repeating 100, 100. Now if you have your s, just know that the coefficient is 1. They don't just write the 1. The 1 is invisible. If you have your s, the coefficient, the number at the front of s is what? It is 1. So I tell you that coefficient, it is the what? Number before variable or before an unknown number. Now what is the number before your variable? It is what? 1. So 1 is your what? Coefficient. Very, very simple. That was all about coefficients. There are some cases that you are going to have more than one variable in your expression. You can say that we have not reached equation yet. We are still talking about expression, because there's expression in equation. Before you can know equations, you have to understand expression very well. Now there are some cases that you are going to have more than one variable in an expression. For example, let's say you have something like this. They can ask you simplify. Simplify. You have 2x plus y plus 3x. You can see you have your 2x plus y plus 3x. Now you have different variables in this question. You have your x, you have your y. Now what are you going to do? What you are going to do is that you are going to collect like terms. Now you know this is x here, this is x here. They are the same, and this is y. And we all know that if you say that 2x plus y, it can't give you an answer. That is just the answer. But what are you going to do is you are going to collect like terms. This 3x, you are going to make sure that it meets 2x. Why we're going to stay? Because y is from another form. And why your x is another form. But you have x here, you also have x here. What I'm trying to do is that we are going to bring them together. So you are collecting like terms. So this is 2x, this is plus 3x, and this is plus what? Plus y. That's it. Now since you have 2x plus 3x, you cannot go ahead by adding it. Remember there is what? There is an invisible plus here. That is plus 2x. You have 2x with you. You also have 3x with you. So it means you are having 5x with you. So the answer will be what? 5x. Now this is your y here. Plus y. I told you you cannot add or subtract different variables together. So 5x plus y is still 5x plus y. So this is your what? This is your answer. So it is very simple. Now let's have something like this. You have minus n plus 3n minus 4n plus 2n. We are asked to simplify this. This is still an expression because you don't have equals to it. Now you have minus n plus 3n minus 4n plus 2n. This This is minus n plus 3n. You cannot add them together. Minus 4n plus 2n. You cannot add them together. What you are going to do is you are going to collect like terms. Now, this is minus n. This is minus 4n. Please and please, don't throw away the sign. This is minus n minus 4n. This is plus 3n plus 2n. Bring them together. So you now say that what? Minus n minus 4n plus 3n plus 2n. That's it. Minus n minus 4n plus 3n plus 2n. Minus n, it means you are owing n. That is 1n. You are owing 1n. Then minus 4n, you are also owing 4n. So how much are you owing? That's 5n, which is what? Minus 5n. Now, let's come to this. Plus 3n plus 2n. You have 3n with you. You also have 2n with you. So how many n do you have? Which is what? 5n. So plus 5n. That's minus 5n plus 5n. You cannot add them together. So you don't have to be confused. Just make sure that you are able to understand how to use the signs very well, your addition and subtraction. Even though they are able to bring questions from heaven concerning this, and you are able to understand how to use your addition and subtraction sign, you are going to solve any question, because that is what it entails. Now, that was all about addition and subtraction of variables. Now let's talk about the division and multiplication of variables. How do we divide and multiply variables? Now look at this. This is very, very simple. Just know the logic of it. Okay, now if you have x times x, you have x times x. This first x, second x. Just bring them together. It means what? X raised to power 2. Now this 2 here, it means your power. Why is your x here is your what? Is your number. But we don't know the number, so it is called what? An unknown number. That was it. There's, so that's some people say that x times x will give you 2x. No. X times x will give you x raised to power 2. You can see x raised to power 2. Now let's say for example now you have y times y. This is y times y. How many y are you seeing there? Just 2. Then just write y raised to power 2. Not 2y. Here that is what? Y plus y. You know it is 2y. But this is y times y. So it is raising up a power. That is y raised to power 2. If you have n times 2n. Now this is n times 2n. N times 2n. Don't say 3n, because you are saying n here, you are also seeing 2n. That is for addition. But if you have n times 2n, remember that this n has the invisible 1 here. Now 1 times 2 will give you 2, while n times n will give you n raised to power 2. So the answer is what? 2m squared, not 3n. Please don't do mistake. Addition is different from multiplication, while subtraction is different from division. Now, if you have 4a times 3a raised to power 2. Now look at it, very, very simple. Don't be confused. You have 4a times 3a raised to power 2. First thing we are going to do, remember I talked about coefficients. Just look at the coefficient and look at your variable. That's what you should be looking after. Your coefficient is the number before or at the front of what? Any variables. Now look at this. You have 4a, you have 3a squared. First thing you are going to do is you are going to multiply the number together, which is 4 times 3 will give you what? Will give you 12. While a, this is 1a, and this one has what? 2a. Now a times a squared will give you what? A raised to power 3, because this one has 2 already. So just as if you are adding 1 to it. So that's why you have what? A raised to power 3. Please don't forget, 4 times 3, 12. While a times a squared is what? A raised to power 3. So addition is far different from multiplication in terms of their solvings. So 4a times 3a squared will give you 12a raised to power 3. You can have 5b raised to power 4 times 3b raised to power 2. It is very, very simple. We are still using the same logic. So don't be confused. Like I told you, make sure that you are thinking like a thief. You are learning like a thief. Now look at this. You have 5b raised to power 4 times what? 3b raised to power 2. First thing you are doing is that you are multiplying the coefficient together. Now 5 times 3 will give you 15. Now this one is b raised to power 4. It's just as if you are adding the power together. That's just it. This is b raised to power 4. B raised to power 4 times what? B raised to power 2. So how many b are here? 4. What about this is 2? So that's 6. You just write b raised to power what? Raised to power 6. There are some cases that the variable are the same. If you remember, I told you that it's only multiplication sign that can bring variables together, that can join them. It is only multiplication sign. Now let's say for example now you have a times b. You have a times b. The answer will give you what? AB. Very simple. You have a raised to power 3 times b raised to power 2. It is very simple. Your answer will give you what? A raised to power 3, b raised to power 2. These a and b, they are not the same. So don't bring your magic forward by saying that a, so no. A raised to power 3 times b raised to power 2. A and b, they are not the same. What you just have to do is that you just have to bring them together. So the answer will give us what? A raised to power 3, b raised to power 2. Now if you have a question like this, you have 2m raised to power 4, n raised to power 2 times 4n raised to power 3, n raised to power 3, and you are asked to solve this. It is very simple. Now remember that a number has been introduced or value. Now these two, you are going to multiply it by 4. Now 2 times 4 will give you 8. First of all, 2 times 4 will give you 8. Now this is what m raised to power 4. You also have m raised to power 3 there. You can see you have m raised to power 4 here, m raised to power 3 there. So how many m do you have all together? Which is what? 7. So it will be what? M raised to power 7. You also have your n. You can see you have two variables there. You have your m, you have your n. So you also have your n. You have n raised to power 2 here, you have n raised to power 3 here. So you just have to bring them, add them together, which will give you, you have 2n here, you have 3n here. So in total it will be what? N raised to power 5. So the answer will give us what? N raised to power 7, n raised to power 5. Very, very simple. Now let's now introduce addition and subtraction to it in solving this multiplication of variables. Now look at it. Let's say for example now you have minus 3x times 4x. Now look at it. X and x, they are the same right now. They are not different letters. They are the same. Now you have minus 3x times 4x. Remember something. This your 4x has what? Invisible plus. Don't forget that. Your 4x has invisible plus. Now what you are going to do is that you are going to multiply the sign first. What you are just only multiplying. You know it's for multiplication. You are multiplying. You are going to multiply the sign first, which is what? Minus times plus will give you what? Minus. The secondly, 3 times 4 will give you 12. This is one x here, this is another x here, which gives us what? X raised to power 2. That's x raised to power 2. So the answer is what? Minus 12x raised to power 2. Very, very simple. You can have a question like this. Minus 5p times minus 7p. It is very, very simple. And I told you that you have to put your bracket because you cannot be writing minus just like that without putting your bracket. It won't make sense like that. Now if you have minus 5p times into bracket minus 7p, your bracket still means multiplication, nothing change. Now first of all you have to what? Multiply your signs together. Now minus times minus will give you what? Plus. Very simple. Now 5 times 7 will give you 35. While p times p will give you p squared. So either you can make your plus invisible, you might make it invisible also is still the same thing, which is what 35p squared. Very, very simple. Just make sure that you keep watching my video step by step, because I'm dropping video step by step. That's all about multiplication of variables. Now I want to talk about division of variables. Don't worry, that too is very, very simple. Now look at this. Now you have division of variables. For example, if you have, let's say a divided by a, you know this is variable or an unknown number. You have a divided by a. It's still the same thing by saying that what? A over a. Now this is a here, this is a here. You can cut each other. Now this is your a, cancel your a. Very simple. Very, very simple. So how many a can you see is a? It is 1. Now let me ask you a question, though I will answer it. Now, how do we get this 1? Is it plus 1 or minus 1? It is plus 1 because your plus is what? Invisible. And how do we get that plus? Look at this a. This a has what? An invisible plus. While this a also has what? An invisible plus. And I've given you the rules of division. Now, plus divided by plus is what? It is plus. So that is why you have your invisible plus. You understand? That's why it is plus. If it is minus, it will be very visible. But because this is plus, that's why it is what? Invisible. And some cases can be what? Visible. Now, for example, let's say you have what? Minus a divided by what? A. Now look at this. You have been introduced with what? Minus sign. Look at this. It still remains. It's still the same thing by saying minus a over what? Over a. This has what? Minus. There is an invisible plus here. Now, minus divided by plus will give you what? Minus. This a can cancel a because they are same. So it can cancel each other. So the answer might be what? Minus 1. Now, let's introduce more variables to it. Let's say you have what? AB divided by what? B. Now, you have AB divided by B. It is very, very simple. Now, remember it was invisible plus, invisible plus. Very simple. Now, it's still the same thing by saying that what? AB over what? Over B. A, B, only B here. This does not have A, but this has A. A, B, only B here. Now, you just say B, we what? We cut B. Do you understand? Now, B will cancel B. So the answer now remain what? A. That will be your answer. There are some cases that you are going to have m raised by 2n divided by what? mn. Now look at this. M raised by 2n divided by mn is still the same thing, nothing changed. Now, it will now be what? M raised by 2n over what? mn. Now, your raised by 2 has been introduced. You can split it for better understandings. Now look at this. M raised by 2 is still represented by you saying m times m. M in how many places? 2 places. That's m raised by 2. If I say m raised by 3, it means m in 3 places. M times m times m. If I say y raised by 5, it means y in 5 places. Y times y times y times y times y. So it's still the same thing like this. M raised by 2 means what? M in 2 places. You just write what? M times m. You can just write your times m. This is the m here. Times m. M times m is m squared. Times m will be m squared n. They are still the same thing. Over n. Or you can just write what? M times n. They are still the same thing. Now you have n. You have m. This your m cancel m. While your n cancel n. Now you are left with what? Only n. So the answer is what? Equals to what? N. So just give yourself more questions to solve. Use my video for an explanation. Just give yourself more questions. Go online and search for questions. You are going to see more questions. Just use my video to understand what the question is talking about. You are going to get better. Thank you.